My name is Jamie DiNicola, and I'm the supervising attorney here at DIRE Legal Services. We sort of fill a gap in a lot of ways between hiring private counsel and legal services. So we help folks that are detained who cannot afford private counsel. We help folks file for work permits, for asylum applications, for re-parole applications. So those are all services that if you were to hire private counsel in New Jersey, you could be dealing with $5,000 per case. So we try to fill that gap to allow folks who are low income to sort of file their paperwork with folks that know what they're doing so they can try to stabilize their status here in the US. I think doing immigration legal work, you realize that it's not just cracks, it's everywhere is cracks. So the likelihood of people falling through them becomes so likely, and it's exponentially more if they're low income, they don't have language capacities, they don't have translation support. Although we're a small office, we try to provide all of those things under one roof. So we hire only legal assistants from the communities that we support. So we have Ukrainian legal assistants, Spanish-speaking legal assistants, Haitian-speaking folks, and all of those folks are from the very communities that we're serving, so they can lend that degree of trust that I think a lot of folks who are coming here fleeing conflict, they might have issues with trusting folks in the US. So I think that without filling that gap that we do try to fill, there would be nothing but people falling through the cracks. Yeah, just doing this work, you realize how much vulnerability there is involved in it, and the legal system kind of exploits that vulnerability in a lot of ways, and we try to be kind of a respite from that. One of the things that we try to do is have community-driven legal clinics, so actually going into the communities that are most vulnerable. In particular, there's quite a lot of Haitian folks in the Asbury Park area, the Trenton area, and these are folks that are at the intersection of a variety of vulnerabilities. So instead of having them come to an office that's far away from them, we actually go into those communities and give legal education. So we tell them about what the asylum process is, how they can apply for it. We assist them in actually helping them with that paperwork and gathering those necessary documents, and then telling them, what they can expect after they apply for asylum. The biggest need is just resources, funding, quite frankly, because a lot of our grants were coming from the feds previously. And now that all of that has dried up, if it hasn't already, it will dry up in the next year. And the states are now being kind of commandeered in a lot of ways where they can't even give resources to organizations like ours without being stripped of other types of federal funding. So it's kind of a lot of organizations like ours are in a chokehold, and I think they're just trying to strangle us out of resources so we'll disappear. So I think if folks can give funds to organizations like this, it shows that we're not entirely dependent on the feds and their policies, and that we have some power to actually help people in need.